talk about baby oil all the time because it's a specialty. If you ain't really had the experience with baby oil, you can't know what it is. But you got to be a baby oil professional.
Bill Cosby's shocking release from prison may impact other celebrity cases.
I'm just sitting here and I'm looking at you and I'm wondering if you feeling the same thing I'm feeling, because I've never been that bright.
With Diddy behind bars and spilling secrets left and right, the feds are starting to connect some major dots, and Steve Harvey's name has popped up big time. Now Diddy's reportedly snitching to try and cut a deal, and allegedly he is working with the feds to come up with a list of Hollywood executives and celebs have been involved in this illegal mess. And Steve Harvey's name has come up because of his relationships with not only Diddy, but also his very close friendship with Bill Cosby. And with Bill Cosby having faced fresh allegations last year, people are starting to question Harvey's past, his mentors, and his suspicious silence on all these allegations. In 2023, 9 women filed new charges against him in Nevada after the state removed its statute of limitations for civil cases. The accusations go way back, claiming that Cosby used his fame and power to isolate and essay these women, them in situations where they thought they were safe. And this is just the latest in a long history of accusations that span decades. Bill Cosby's lawsuit is all very similar to what Diddy is facing right now. It honestly looks like there is a Hollywood ring where all these powerful men prey on the young and naive and use their power to silence them. And you and I both know that Diddy and Bill Cosby aren't the only players. This runs deeps. Cosby's lawyer says it's all for media attention, but honestly, with over 60 women coming forward, it's hard to ignore.
We went up to his bungalow afterwards. He made me a drink, and very shortly after that, I passed out. I woke up or came to very groggily with him removing my underwear.
Now, if you're wondering why Steve Harvey is connected to this mess, here's the backstory. Steve always looked up to Cosby, and he didn't even try to hide it. In fact, he openly said that Cosby was his mentor. Despite all the allegations against Cosby, Steve has stood by him, saying he'd always be his friend because, in his words, when I'm your friend, I'm your friend. Cosby even helped Steve's sons get into Morehouse College and showed Steve the ropes in the entertainment biz. But let's just say that looking at this mentorship now, people are giving it a serious side eye. You probably have heard how this mentorships actually go down in Hollywood.
And young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship.
Bill Cosby was the greatest influence because he was on I Spy. And when,
early 60s.
In 66.
Yeah.
So when he came on TV, he was the first black person that had a speaking role. So I'm looking at this dude, he talking to and telling them what to do.
Right.
Even Mary Harvey, Steve's ex-wife, has shared some disturbing stories from her time with him. In one particularly shocking recollection, she claimed there was an evening when she and Steve visited Bill Cosby's house together. According to Mary, that night took a wild turn as Steve and Cosby allegedly hinted at a foursome involving Cosby's wife, Camille. Mary didn't stick around for the ordeal and left, but she says Steve followed her later. When he eventually caught up with her, she noticed something strange. He smelled a bit, well, funky, if you know what I mean.
When Mary left and left Steve there, Steve came home hours later. And I'm just saying, what happened to him hours later? Because she said you was funky when you came in. So who was you smelling like, Steve, when you came in after Mary left? Because you was at Bill, the homegirl house. So she said you had a little funky odor about yourself, like it was all on you. So what happened right there, Steve? Can inquiring minds would like to know? Can we find out? So I'm just saying, Mary said he didn't look himself. He looked disorientated. He had a funky smell about himself.
Now, fast forward to Diddy's current situation. He's sitting in jail with his trial set for May 2025, but that hasn't stopped him from making waves because he is still very powerful. He has people both inside and outside the jail, and he is confident that he is going to get out soon. Apparently, Diddy's is looking to get immunity and is allegedly spilling everything he knows about his Hollywood pals to try and earn a bail appeal. And 2 people have already been indicted, former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries and DJ Tim Westwood, who are all now facing same allegations as Diddy. Now, nothing is confirmed, but according to Streets, feds used Diddy's help to build a case against them. And guess who's next on Diddy's alleged list of names? Steve Harvey. With Harvey's connection to both Diddy and Cosby, it's going to be really tricky for him. Rumor has it that Diddy might even be sharing stories about Steve's attendance at some of his infamous parties.
This was Sean Diddy Combs' 3rd time in the courthouse you see right behind me. His 1st time before a new judge. They They did handle these calendar matters and also set that May 5th, 2025 date for the trial to begin. But what was most striking was that his mother, Janice Combs, who's been with him his whole life, flew up from Florida to be with him, as did most of his children, in a show of support.
If you've been following the Diddy scandal, then you already know his parties are infamous. In Diddy's legal documents, baby oil and other freak-off details were mentioned. And guess what? Steve Harvey's been known to have some enthusiastic opinions about baby oil. Coincidence? Maybe. But with Steve allegedly making appearances at these parties, people are starting to wonder if he might have been taking some notes from his mentor Cosby on how to entertain guests.
I've been told that I got it all wrong when it comes to using baby oil in the bedroom. And so here with the answers is the author of RX, Dr. Lauren Stryker. All right. Dr. Lauren.
When the news about Diddy's arrest broke, sources alleged Steve Harvey was quick to skip town. Word on the street is that Steve left the country shortly after Diddy got locked up, supposedly to avoid getting dragged into the legal chaos. It's a classic move, and if that doesn't make folks suspicious, I don't know what will. Even Katt Williams has been throwing shade at Steve Harvey for years, hinting that Steve isn't as squeaky clean as he wants people to believe. In a recent interview on Club Shay Shay, Katt went as far as calling Steve a fake, saying he's been playing a part to cover up his true character.
Same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business, and it's a man unit.
And get this, Steve didn't just let it slide. He reportedly threatened to knock Katt out, which doesn't exactly scream innocent. When you add it all up, this reaction just feeds the rumors that Steve's got something to hide.
Penny ass hater and you'll never have a hater that's doing better than you. Always know that. Don't get off the wall to dress some penny boy who ain't got shit going for himself. Now you done stopped your climb up on the wall so you can come down here and talk to his little punk ass. Don't do that, man. I stay away from it. Now, do I want to? Yes. Because I'm a human being and I'm hood. Now, I used to be a fighter. And I still got.
The internet has been going crazy since news broke about Steve Harvey's alleged connections to both Bill Cosby and Diddy's shady dealings. And let's just say people aren't holding back. One user straight up said, "Thank you, Steve, for ruining all our love for you for so long. I'm so glad my mama ain't alive to witness this sickness. WTF is wrong with you all people? Dear God, have mercy on your souls." Another commenter added, "I always felt Steve Harvey is shady. From the way he treated his ex-wives was unbelievable. So don't be surprised if he comes up next in the shady business." So here's the question we're all left with. How deep does this web of secrets and scandal go? If these connections between Steve Harvey, Bill Cosby, and Diddy are just the tip of the iceberg, what else has Hollywood been hiding from us? And with Diddy allegedly spilling names, is Steve Harvey about to be the next big name in the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. I know y'all have plenty to say about this one. And if you're here for more unfiltered stories from the hood, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out. And hey, don't leave just yet. Check out the next video to get even more insight into the toxic underbelly of the celeb world. You won't believe what's coming next.